because that's exactly what occurred last night, and I'm going to get to that. But this notion that people can't just walk down the street, and I'm not talking about getting up on some cars like, hey, looking inside them and stuff. I get that. And if somebody was doing that and they called the police, I got it. I can make that connection. But standing on a sidewalk, looking at a house or yard art or a car parked on the street, that's not criminal. People do it all the time. The difference is, you ready for this? The difference is when somebody comes out and says, what are you doing? These people will explain themselves. I don't have to explain myself to anybody. As long as I am on a public street and I am not breaking the law, I don't have to interact with you if I don't want to. Now, there's your explanation for what's happening. And what occurred last night was, we walked in this neighborhood, and there was a critter. I think it was a raccoon, and Patrick was all excited, and he shined his light on it like little kids do. And then, I don't know, 20, 30 feet away, there's a Toyota sitting there, and the lights flashed on it. It's like, that's weird. There's nobody in it. You can see into the car. There's nobody in the car. And, Patrick shines his light, and as we walk by, we look at it, and, we'll walk on. Well, this lady comes out of the house across the street, and she's, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And we did nothing. And we walked on. And about halfway down the block, she goes to the car, and so we're about halfway down the block, and she got a gun out of the car. She got a handgun out of the car. And she racks the slide, and she's like, I got a gun, and I will shoot you. Now, we're not a threat. We are half a block away with our backs turned to this woman, and we're just like, everybody just keep walking. We're not going to engage this woman, because there's no telling what she might do. And so we continue on down a little bit further, and then we stop, and we kind of look back to see if she's following us, and can't tell. So we kind of worked our way through the neighborhood, and we're headed back to Patrick's car, and we see some bright lights behind us. So we're like, well, instead of going to the car, let's keep moving. If this is that crazy lady and she drives up and starts shooting, we can get in amongst some cars or something and have cover, or we have the ability to run. Whereas if you're trying to get into a vehicle or you're in a vehicle, and this lady comes up and starts shooting, you don't have the kind of ability to move and relocate that you do when you're out in the open. So we walked on. Now, this neighborhood is a new neighborhood, and it's under construction. And so the sidewalk runs, and then it ends, and there's like mud and stuff, and you have to step out on the street, get past that, and then get back on the sidewalk, which is what we did. And we were walking into the oncoming traffic, not with the flow. Texas requires that you walk into traffic. And up pulls this LaPorte cop. Now, the city of LaPorte, many of you may remember the very first time I got arrested,